Welcome everybody. Wow, it's been about 5 long months of trying to get this MOC finished, and it is finally done. The main part that was, daunting and I didn't take into consideration because this was my first big major MOC was ordering the parts. That takes time, as some of the parts came from Bricklink, multiple vendors from Bricklink, and some from the Lego.com store, which means some of the orders and parts had to come from Bill in Denmark. But we're finally here, we finally made it. So we have the front facade here. I wanted to go for a more dilapidated look. And spinning it around here, we've got both sides. Now the sides are meant to be bookended. They're not meant to be part of the build per se. You're supposed to cover them up or split the build in half, which it does do. I'll show you that in a second. But I really enjoyed doing the rock work, the moss vegetation with the sand green blending up into the sand yellow, or dark tan as it's formerly known. And then coming up to the stained glass. I had such a blast building this, using those turnstile pieces. Here we have on the other side again, on the front, going down, we have the ladder which leads into the cave interior, and that's how the people pop out, the minifigs pop out and up. And I had a lot of fun doing this water, doing the transparent light blue pieces. Originally, it was all trans clear. If you go to my Instagram, you can see old photos of the MOC. But I decided trans blue would contrast better with the rock, the light bluish gray, dark bluish gray, and it would just color block better. It suited the build more, and I just wanted to go with it. You can see I used some of the opalescent new pieces, those opalescent glitter pieces that I got from the new classic Lego Classic 1000 piece set. And now I'm spinning it around. You can see the opposite side. I wanted to have big protruding cave holes, kind of lending to the imagination that it spreads deeper into the mountain. Here's the back side again. So again, the MOC splits in half, so the front and back of the MOC are in play, and the sides are more or less not really meant to be in play or visible. You can see the connecting iron gate that connects to the walkway, which leads up to the ladder. You can see that little bottom cave entrance. And it's such a sight to see when this MOC is split open. And when it's actually in half like this, the width is not only extended, but the height is just paramount. And it just flows together really well. The rock work, the moss, blending into the dilapidated castle, older castle look. All the little indentations, turrets, bevels, slopes, some palisade bricks, a lot of modified bricks. I used a lot of snot to get a lot of the rock work right. But here, spinning it around, we have the interior of the cave. And this is how the minifigs enter the castle. They must go through an assortment of levels, rock faces, bridges, staircases, just to get to the castle. It's really well fortified. Here's the interior waterfall. You can see some of those transparent headlight bricks I used for some snot action. There's an old piece from the Sopwith Camel from 2012. Got a little skeleton there. Lantern. And we've got our treasure hidden underneath this little rock face. You can see here the connection points. I stole that from the new 2023 Batcave. And then I stole those connection points from Home Alone, the Home Alone house set. And it's using sideways clips to connect those points. Here we have, moving into the opposite side, we've got the little archery training platform. Minifigs can come here and test out their bowmanship. And then right here, we've got a little play feature that I added. I probably could have done a lot better on the mechanism, but, you know, it does work. I'm happy with how it turned out. And it's consistent. Leading up that little small staircase, we've got a little wood bridge. And the bridge is used or connected using all legal parts, I believe. Lower part, got a little table there, some ring and a compass and a bowl. So here I am winding it up, placing the little stopper there. And basically they just pull this little rope, detaches on the clip, and it lets the staircase drop. Here's a little bit of the connection on how I did that. Just using some string pieces and some modified 1x2s underneath some plates, kind of wedging that string in that little rail canal, holding them all together. And then walking through the bridge, through the iron gate, you have the ladder. Wanted to put started doing the gold ornate details of the castle. As you start climbing up into the castle, you can see more of the gold. And the first platform up on the first level above the waterfall, leading down to a little armory and a small L-shaped 90-degree walkway. Minifigs can access the water if they need to drink or rinse off. And that L-shaped walkway curls around. And then it curls to the secondary ladder, which leads up deeper into the main level of the castle. That's using snot pieces connected to one of those big, tall, modified truss pieces. And here is a little Easter egg throwback to all the Lego castle sets that have been releasing recently with the little frog. I'm not sure the Easter egg, if you are familiar with Lego's real Easter egg reasoning behind the frog, comment below. There's the barracks. Moving on from the barracks, we'll see those again in a minute. We have the main foyer. So we've got a little eating area, small dining area, large open middle platform area where minifigs can stand and look down below and see the water. We've got a nice fireplace brewing hot, and then a little kitchen area. They can dice some meat, cook up some food, and eat. There's the stairwell leading from the second ladder. There's the little dining table, a couple chairs. And I wanted to make it look like somewhat rocky on the interior, as if they had to carve the castle out of the mountain. So there's some rocky looking stalactite kind of details mixed in with, you know, building techniques. There's a top-down view of the trapdoor. We'll see that in action a little later. Moving on to the second level of the castle, you've got a little desk area, followed by a nice comfortable bed for the king or the captain of the brigade that is staying here. It's got a little stairwell up to the bed area, a little walkway, and then I used the curved staircase pieces from Harry Potter sets to achieve the top level entrance. Moving across here, you got a little dressing room with some maroon colors, his armor. And then you have his bathroom. This bathroom does have a toilet and a bathtub. Wanted to go for a little cobblestone effect with the tiling. And you can see one of those Home Alone stolen ideas for the clip. And that is how the upper top section clips into itself. You can see the toilet right there. And that is where the minifigs do their business. And right here we've got a little desk area, better view. We've got a little compass, penmanship, and you've got a hourglass, which I believe is a unique piece. Cutting into the top, you can see some of the roof using a bunch of slope pieces and tiles, corner tiles. I like the look that it achieved, and I think it worked out pretty well. And here you have the front battery of the top upper fortress area. And this is the top of the castle. This is where they can have high vantage points on the battlefield if they need to. Well, it looks like we need some minifigures. Now, all these minifigure torsos, legs, and heads have been sourced directly from Lego.com. All these torsos can be purchased there. You got a little miner, the castle maid, the cook, and the Lion Knight's visitor. I wonder what they have in store for the Lion Knight's visitor. Is he doing some treaty deals? We'll have to see. And here we have the soldiers. It's kind of a ragtag crew. The middle guy there with the Christopher Walken haircut. He is their quote-unquote leader or captain. But it's kind of a mixed bunch. You got some archers, some regular sword fighters. There's a guy in there with a long sword, and they kind of have mixed armor. Some of them are in their relaxed attire. Their armor is taken off, and they're just kind of wandering the castle. But why don't we go ahead and let's place these minifigures. I also really like how the black pants contrast with the dark tan kind of burlap upper torso. I was worried they wouldn't mix well, but they actually mix quite well. Oh, go ahead and put some guy in the bottom part. Put a guy walking up the little curved staircase. One of the minifigs will be mining for gold. And you can see some of the gold ingots in the bottom left, inside the mountain. The leader's going to take some archer practice. And let's put a guy on the bridge here. Let me pan up a little bit real quick for you. Yeah, that looks okay. He's got important documents and jewels he's bringing back. Decided to put him up a little higher on the ladder, as if he's climbing up. We'll need somebody in the watchtower. Put the archer up there. One of the soldiers will be coming down the staircase here. He's gonna take off his armor and rest his weapon. And we've got the castle maid gathering water. I guess she's gonna prepare a stew. Oh, it looks like the meeting's in place. Put one of the second in command in his chair, and we'll put the Lion Knight's visitor in his chair. Looks like they're enticing him with some good food. Put the chef up there. I love how the stained glass looks. Put our leader here, looking over the little middle balcony banister that I've set up. It's kind of a little talking area. And yes, it is hard to put some of these figures in here with these tight spaces. Put a guy, he's gonna get some shut-eye. He's tired from a patrol. He's gonna bunk, get some sleep. And this guy's really gotta go, if you know what I mean. Ooh, it doesn't look too good, does it? Put one of the figs sleeping. He's taking some R&R. And you can see again with these tight spaces, we'll try and fit another minifigure right here in the desk, doing some battle planning or tactic planning. Good enough. Moving to the rooftop here, let's put a couple soldiers. They're on watch. Looking over the land, making sure no enemies come in and raid the place. Here's that trapdoor in action as he falls down to his death down the waterfall. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. This MOC, it's something else, I tell you what. It really doesn't do it justice unless you're looking at it in person. It is massive. I've got more castle MOCs in my head, cooking and brewing. We're gonna definitely do more MOCs. I also have another MOC in the pipeline. Parts have already been ordered, and I cannot wait to announce it. Looking at it from the front here, you can get a real good size of how big this structure is.